Runners, in my experience, are one of the most likely athletic groups to suffer from overuse injuries given enough time. And from what I've seen in my experience, that can be quite a few cases. There could be quite a few cases that could be prevented by getting a sports massage as routine maintenance to fix those aches and pains before they become muscular imbalances, which over time will lead a person to injury.
Hello there. Adam Cardona here with Elite Healers Sports Massage in New York City, and today we're going to be talking about 5 tips for runners who want to prevent injury and step their game up. Now, let's start with that first tip. The first tip for runners' health is to make sure before runs that you're warming up both your feet and your legs. Warm up your feet gets the muscles, nerves, and blood stimulated, which will prepare it for harder work. If you don't warm up the area, then all your muscles are going to be stiff because that blood flow hasn't increased. Your nervous system responds much better if you prepare it for the hard work. Remember, your feet are going to be coming in contact with the ground, and whether it's on the treadmill, on the street, you're going to be giving them a beating, so you need to warm them up. Now, you can warm up your feet by using a foot roller to do that task. You can find different ones for sale out there. I have left my favorite foot roller as a link in the description, so you can order it just by going down the description, clicking away, and getting it in a few days. Rolling the feet gets the plantar fascia and the muscles in your feet ready to take a pounding on each and every run. Once you do that, then what you want to do next is you want to warm up your legs, and you can either do dynamic movement, which is a different video for another time, or you start slow, and over a few minutes you begin to pace yourself up to that running speed. Now, if you like what you are watching so far, make sure that you press down on that like button, and then after that, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more tips for running and overall how to recover properly in different fitness and get yourself ahead on your game.
Now, that second tip for runners' health and to reduce the likelihood of injury for a runner is to make sure that you stretch your lower body after you finish your runs. Oh, it sounds tedious, but you need to do it. You want to make sure that you restore the muscles that you just worked out. This means immediately after your runs, not the next day or whenever. Stretching is a great way to cool down your body after a run. You should stretch muscles in your lower body, such as your quad, your hip flexors, your hamstrings, your calves, and the muscles in your shin. If you're not sure how to stretch any one of those muscles, I've already have a lesson for you. All you need to do is click on that specific self-care series and learn a few of those stretches. Don't worry, I know it popped up, but I'll make sure it's an option at the end of this video so you can click on it after educating yourself right here.
Now, the third tip for a runner's health is that you should soak your feet in an Epsom salt bath whenever they're feeling really sore or really achy. You can find Epsom salt in your pharmacy. You can even order it online. In water, Epsom salts break down in magnesium and sulfate, and that gets absorbed through the body right through the skin. That's why you use it in warm water. Epsom salt baths are used to help treat and alleviate a variety of health issues and symptoms. Some of those issues tend to be common among runners, like muscle pain, soreness, swelling, and even some strains. All you need is warm water, a foot soaking tub, and some Epsom salt. All you got to do is add the Epsom salt bath, 1 to 2 cups, follow the instructions, make sure that the water is warm, and then you soak for about 10 to 20 minutes. It's honestly really simple.
Now, the fourth tip that I have for runners trying to reduce their chance of injury and have a long, healthy lifetime of running is make sure you get a sports massage tune-up once a month at minimum during the running season. We all knew that I was going to recommend it at some point, and this is the part where it goes. People take care of their car after a certain amount of mileage, and the same is true for your running body and those running muscles. Think of going to get a sports massage like going to get a tune-up in a body shop for your favorite machine. The machine is your body, and you need to take it for a tune-up if you are working it hard. It needs a proper recovery. Runners, in my experience, are one of the most likely athletic groups to suffer from overuse injuries given enough time. And from what I've seen in my experience, that can be quite a few cases. There could be quite a few cases that could be prevented by getting a sports massage as routine maintenance to fix those aches and pains before they become muscular imbalances, which over time will lead a person to injury. One of the best ways to keep these overuse injuries at bay is to get a sports massage to remove the knots in the muscle, stretch out the muscle, and help accelerate the body's natural healing process from exercise. I've used this to keep people healthier for longer, and that's why I suggest it to you. It's not just a promo for my business. Now, you can definitely find a good sports massage place in most local areas, but in New York City, you need to schedule a massage with Elite Healers Sports Massage. A link to schedule your appointment is in the description down below.
Now finally, the fifth and final tip for this video for you runners out there is to always make sure you have a rest day. I know some of you are probably like that, but you need a rest day. A rest day allows your body to replenish and restore itself with the proper rest and nutrition on that off day. Too much of anything is not good for you, and this is a rule in many aspects in life, which also holds true in the fitness world. Runners, you need to have a day off to allow your body to recover. It's not slow and steady that wins the race, but sensible approach that will help you win the race. When training, you must pace yourself and allow your body and your heart to make adaptations to the exercise stimulus you have been giving it over the course of that week. A weightlifter gets bigger and gains mass, while a runner gets leaner and builds speed. As they adapt, yet they still need to take rest days. Take a minimum of 1 rest day per week to allow your body the recovery time it needs to perform well. Like I had mentioned earlier in this video, you can now click on the specific self-care series and learn how to do stretches and self-massage techniques for your legs. However, if you want to use a massage gun to elevate your running life, then click on this other video right here in the screen in front of you. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.